Ryan Long returned for his second game on Jeopardy. He won $18,800. My and Alex introduction was, our rideshare driver and Schwarzenegger impersonator Ryan Long was able to keep his poker face pretty well on Friday's show, until the moment he realized that the reigning champ has missed final, and that he was our new Jeopardy champion. It was a very emotional end to the game, and we look forward to seeing who will experience today's winning moment. I like how Nikki's matching both of her competitors. She and Ryan are wearing black and white, and the orange streak in her hair is lighter than the burnt orange Divya is wearing. Ryan got the first daily double, wagered $2,000, got it right, and went to $4,600. Divya mentioned playing Carol of the Bells on the piano. She blanked out and paused for a few seconds to find where she was in the piece, and it reminded me of when there were so many Christmas clues on Jeopardy, and I'd always say, this was a week late, or it's January. I actually never noticed how many Christmas questions there were in Amy Schneider's run until now. They didn't appear as frequently since then. By the way, if you want to listen to a good piano cover of Carol of the Bells, listen to Mooey's cover, I don't know how to pronounce the name, I'll link in the description, especially since I thought of using it in other videos if I were to do Christmas videos. Obviously I wasn't able to because of Amy Schneider's run and the Professor's Tournament. I hope that changes this year. Speaking of Amy Schneider, we have another impressive anecdote about the SATs. Ryan took the SAT in 7th grade. Ryan Long from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, rideshare driver. Very, very impressive catalog of information that you hold in your head. And it turns out you took the SAT in 7th grade. Is that correct? Ryan answered, a million years ago, yeah. Come on, Ryan, you don't look that old. Ryan continued, part of a youth talented program through Johns Hopkins. They took a bunch of people from my class and gave us the SATs. Did all right in English, not so much in math. After Mayim asked if he took them again in high school, he answered, yeah, or maybe I slept late that day. I felt bad for Ryan. On a question in Morse, Mayim reads, this inventor's name is spelled out here. Ryan buzzed in and answered, who is Thomas Morse, which is incorrect. Then Nick buzzed in and answered, who is Samuel Morse, which is correct. I immediately thought, what if Nick buzzed in and just answered Morse, similar to the who is Roy Kroc and who is Kroc answers. I think in most cases, just saying the last name was the safest bet in Jeopardy. Pun intended. I didn't even know it was a pun until I typed it. I mean, it is the safest bet until you get to someone like the Roosevelt presidents or the Gershwin composers. Sint Eustatius. After Ryan answered, what is the Netherlands? Mayim said, that's them. There was a short pause before he got it right before realizing he had to make the next selection. I didn't notice anything like this happening, and now that I look at it again, I wonder if this is how many seconds of silence Divya's Carol of the Bells performance was. The next question was a Wizard of Oz question. The Cyclone, chapter 1 of a beloved book begins, this girl lived in the midst of the great Kansas prairies, so obviously Dorothy Gale. The only survivor of the U.S. cavalry retired from this 1876 battle was a wounded horse named Comanche. The answer was Little Bighorn. These were questions that previously appeared as Final Jeopardy questions. I find this particularly interesting to me because I mentioned two of the Final Jeopardy questions that were easy for me were Wizard of Oz and General George Armstrong Custer. The Wizard of Oz was described as the greatest and most beloved children's book in Matt Amodio's 32nd game, and Ken Jennings mentioned the cavalry side in Amy Schneider's 12th game. And here we are, similar questions appearing on Ryan Long's second game. I wonder if this suggests anything about Ryan's number of wins. Nick ended single Jeopardy winning $4,000. Divya was in third place at $400, and Ryan was in lead at $8,600. One of the categories in Double Jeopardy was That Book Plagues Me, and I was waiting for Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel to appear as a question, and it did. A flu pandemic leads to the collapse of civilization in this novel by Emily St. John Mandel, later an HBO Max miniseries. Nick answered, what is Station 11? Which is much more interesting to me because the professor in the class I took this for also had a streak in her hair. Hers was red and Nick's is orange. Going back to the question, I also remember a discussion about who was the potential main character in the novel. It turns out it was actually the pandemic, which none of us were able to guess. Spoiler alert.
He got both daily doubles.
Ryan got the first daily double in Double Jeopardy, risked $2,000, unfortunately got it wrong, and went down to $9,000. Nick got the second daily double in Double Jeopardy. She was off the lead by $3,000, so she did $3,000. She unfortunately got it wrong and said, oh yeah, because I guess she realized what Mayim told her was the right answer came to her after, and went down to $7,800. Nick in a double Jeopardy winning $14,600. Divya was in third place at $4,000, which was Nick's score at the end of single Jeopardy, and Ryan was in the lead at $16,400. The final Jeopardy category was the National Park Service. The question was, the USA's smallest national park is a 91-acre site on the Mississippi River, home to this 630-foot landmark. I'm not good at landmarks, so I didn't guess. The answer was the St. Louis Arch, which Nick and Ryan answered correctly. Ryan wagered $8,000, taking his final score to $24,400. He's now at a 2-day total of $43,000 even.
And as always, thank you for watching.